did you see that new Beyonce movie trailer concert amazingness? Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be super dope, man. I mean, I already know because
It's gonna be dope. Like I think, okay, I need to get an outfit because I couldn't get no tickets
right.
when she was here. So since we didn't get those tickets, this is our chance to finally experience it. Like I don't know, I might just dress like a little horse person. I don't know. Like I'm so excited. Oh my god, I can't
Yeah,
wait.
I have a confession to make. Um,
Okay,
remember like 2 weeks ago when you were like, "Hey, can we record a podcast?" And I was like, "Not now, Shannon, not now. I mean, I'm out of town or whatever."
yeah.
I was at the last Beyonce concert, and it's been killing me inside because I know how much that meant to you, and yeah. So please don't be mad at me because I mean, obviously, I don't look like I'm devastated, but I am in
I
the
I,
inside of my core.
I'm not
I'm really
mad,
good.
girl.
Are you
How,
sure?
how was
Because
yeah. How was it?
oh,
How was the concert?
it was everything. It was all that one could want from Beyonce. I mean, her magical hair, blonde hair blowing in the wind nonstop, Blue Ivy, um, Les twins, dancing all over the place. All the cowboy hats, all the glitter, people in tinfoil, people in silver booty shorts. Just it was legendary like a mug, Shannon.
I'm Shannon, and you can see my face.
And I'm Ife, and you can see my face too. Don't we look wonderful?
Woo! And this is the Like a Mug podcast
Yes, where we talk about the extraness in life.
because it's always something extra going on, like that concert that I didn't go to.
Yes, yes. So legendary. So
Mm,
legendary.
mhm. So if I'm not mad, wait, let me rewind. First of all, thank you guys for being here. Welcome to our first
Yeah.
um I want to it's not live, but it's what is this, in person video podcast. We're so
Yep.
excited. It's been a long time coming. Y'all don't have no idea how many times we've done this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we finally went on home to Zoom and was like, let's just do it on Zoom. But anyway, we're happy that you're here. Now, back to you, Ife. So you went to the concert.
Yes. So I went to the concert and it was super duper legendary. Shout out to all of the Beyonce fans. I'm kind of I'm a fanish, but what really happened was I have a friend who's like a fan, a real fan.
Mhm.
And so, we missed the one that was in Atlanta because of,
Didn't we all? Didn't
just
we all?
debating it, thinking too slow, not moving fast enough. And
Right.
so we were just trying to find the best concert to go to. And then that one in Kansas City came up and we're like, let's do it. But the thing
Mhm.
is, the entire world was on that same frequency. So there were delayed flights and stuff. It was crazy. It was nuts trying to get there because all of the real fans were like, let's go again. They had seen the concert like
Mm.
3 or 4 times. All of the last minute people, everybody was trying to get to that last concert. And I understand why now. I think I
Yeah.
am officially a believer. I've been listening to Beyonce like crazily, like a lot lately. So I don't know.
Would you
I
say
kind of
you're
drank the Kool-Aid.
crazy in love now? Would you say that you're looking so
Yes.
crazy in love? Would you say you're hopelessly in
Right.
love? Would you say that you're drunk
Mm.
in love with Beyonce now? Yeah,
Right.
I'm for real. I'm not, I mean, I feel away, but I'm not mad. I mean, at least one of us got to experience it. And I want to hear all about I okay, so I enjoy her. I'm not one of those people that's like, "Whoa," but I enjoy
Right.
I've been listening to her for a long
Yeah.
time. And I do appreciate the point of view of a fan with a head on their shoulders and not just somebody like anything she does. Remember her hair when the bangs were short? That was cute. Like, no,
Right.
like, let's just be real. She's a human
Yeah.
being. So I do appreciate a real person's point of view about it.
Yeah.
So, and when I talk about so I think of Beyoncé fandom in tiers. There's like tiers
Yes.
of Beyoncé fans. I'll say so. Okay. So here's my theory. You tell me if it makes sense. So like
Mm-hmm.
the ground level, meaning the bottom level of the Beyoncé fandom, those are the conspiracy theorists. Those are the ones who are like, if you go to the concert, you're gonna be initiated
Get into the
to the
Illuminati.
Illuminati
Right. Right.
and into hell's rings of fire just by going. Do you have any burn marks on
No,
you?
not
If
that
it,
I'm aware of. No.
um,
Mm-mm. Nope.
but has anything happened? Have you been having crazy dreams? Have you
I
been
was
like,
no, other than I just, like I would say like maybe a week after the concert, I kept singing the song. So and I would, want to like break out and dance and stuff. So I didn't know what that was about. Especially the little African part of like asuma. I would just, do that. And I think that was a part that scared a lot of the, scary
it was
African
like
part.
black
Like I
folk
remember
be
seeing something
scared,
on
right?
on what was it called on Facebook about somebody
Uh-huh.
that was like, God, something in my spirit just told me when they start speaking and chanting and stuff to get up and leave that concert, and I'm so glad I did because they were doing. And it's like, no, that was like what, maybe
Short, cold
four
shot,
minutes 4 minutes
right?
or something.
Speaking a
Yeah,
different language, so it was like, and all it takes is 4 minutes for you to give your soul to Satan.
right. But it was a Lion King. It was a Lion King
Oh
singing.
yeah,
Remember she
yeah. So the
did? It was
South African language. Yeah, that's not fair. Isn't that crazy how black people now if she was speaking French, people would be like, ooh, parlez-vous
right.
français.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the African languages or anything indigenous, we're like, this is terrible.
Of the
This is
devil.
satanic. That's
Right.
crazy. So yeah, so this conspiracy theorists, they're like the bottom level. They're
Yeah.
like for real not fans of hers. Like they
Mm-hmm.
might be the anti-fan.
Right.
Right. Remember the pastor that was like, anybody that goes to her concert, God is not pleased. What was he? Do you remember that guy? He said something like,
Yeah,
y'all
it was a
going to
lot of
this
folks like
concert?
that.
There was a lot of them. They were like, you should be putting that in the offering receptacle. So anyway, okay. Um, so if you say you didn't get initiated, maybe you just didn't sit close enough. I don't know. Did you
I
how
didn't see,
close were you?
yeah, that was another thing too. I was up in
Mm,
the 300 seats. And this is an 80,000 seat outdoor, indoor,
mhm.
hybrid stadium.
Arena. Uh-huh.
Arena, yeah. And so we went with the $200 tickets. We were like, yeah, $200, good
Mhm.
enough,
Right.
because we were thinking like we didn't want to make the trip more expensive than the Atlanta show, because then we could have just taken all of our little, which we could have done and should have done, all of our
Mhm.
little coins that we spent to go out of town and just got a really great seat in the at the Atlanta show. But anywho, so we get the $200 tickets, and when we get there, we were like walking up the stairs.
Like how many
And
still
they're
I
like,
didn't know I was
I think that's Beyonce.
stairmastering. I think I see her.
That's her. Yeah. So we were seeing like tiny Tic Tac size Beyonce, but at least we could see her.
At least you were under the sound of her voice. Not say at church, under the sound of my voice. At least you were blessed by
Right.
Beyonce and Le Twins, those blessed
Yeah.
afros. Yeah, so I guess you weren't initiated. That's a good thing.
Uh-huh.
Even though you did get the song, so you probably got a little bit of initiation on
Yeah, they
you.
don't initiate Illuminati past the 100 seats.
You have to be in
You
Club
can't
Beyonce
afford.
and
If you can't
Renaissance Club.
afford 100 in floor seats, or the what they call the Beyonce, what was it called? It was called the Beyonce Hang Suite or something like that. Yeah, those people get into the Illuminati. Those are the people who are doing the right things to,
Doing the right things.
yeah, to
Like
be
we're
initiated.
in.
Everybody else in the high seats, they don't need, that's just like
Right.
Blue
The people at the
Ivy's,
bottom.
pedicure, manicure money. Like comes
Right. Yeah.
in.
Okay. So, okay, we have tier one. They're the not They're the conspiracy theorists. Then
Right.
tier 2, the people that go up, those are the not Beyonce fans.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, I said not Beyonce Beyonce fans. They're the ones who are like, I mean, like, it's not good. So there's a guy I follow, who I'm friends with on social media, and he's always like, oh, Beyonce get on my nerves. He's like, but happy birthday, girl. We don't get along, but happy birthday. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm not fan. Yeah, or like the people that be like, I mean, like me, I win. I don't like her that much, but I go, people like that. I'm like, you like her that much if you pay that ticket
Yeah.
to go.
There was one girl that I met at the hotel that was like, she overheard me talking about Beyonce, and she was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, are you going to Beyonce concert?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So she was like, "I mean, I'm not a fan like that, but I was trying to go to the one in Houston because I was in Houston, but my friend was like, she, waited to the last minute, and the tickets went up too expensive, and so then this weekend I worked the whole shift, a whole like 12-hour shift in my job, and I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go see the Beyonce concert, and I drove 7 hours to see the Beyonce. But I mean, I'm not like a fan like that, but I'm like, girl, if you worked a
You
12-hour
are
shift,
in
slept
denial.
3 hours, and then got on the road for 7 hours because you were just like, it's a Sunday, what I'm gonna do, you're a Beyonce fan, man.
So does she live in Dallas?
She lived in like
Is
seven
it the
hours away
state
in the
of
next
Texas?
city, or yeah, something like that, state or whatever. Where was it? Kansas City? Maybe she lived in Oklahoma or something. I don't know. Somewhere like 7 hours away.
Somewhere. Oh
Mm,
my, no, you a fangirl. You in the hive because
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's too
I'm
much.
obviously a fan. I mean, I'm not like, I
You
don't
can't
have
say
all of
you're
the
not.
tickets.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
say
but
you're
I
not.
got up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to fly out here and go see Beyonce
I'm
and
about
put
to give
on,
these people my money. Right.
yeah. But I will say I didn't know that the assignment was like metallics, so I felt good. But everybody was in silver metallic. I didn't know why they were in silver metallics, but I wore kind of a Wakandan themed African t-shirt dress that had black sequins on the front. So the assignment, I
Uh,
met the assignment. It was very like flashy. It was a flashy
mhm.
Wakandan dress. I was the only one in the Wakanda. I was representing the continent of Africa.
Nice, and that's what matters.
Only.
Your part was the Hina the Ganda.
I
Bumble.
did. I jumped up extra high on that when they were like, "Oh, like I am from Africa, see."
um
And I was getting a
uh
whole bunch of eyes and looks like what's
that is
she
not the
in?
color. But you know what? Now that you say that, my sister Aria went to like one of the first ones when she was here. She went in Kentucky, and it was really cheap because it's Kentucky.
Mm, yeah.
And it hadn't, I mean, it's Beyonce, so it's a big thing, but it wasn't how it is now. So there was no dress code. So she wore an African outfit.
You
There
said,
was no dress code, and they hadn't started the
oh
mute
wow.
challenge or anything like that.
Oh,
It
she went
was
to one of
like
the first ones.
she went to one, yeah, it was
Oh
in Kentucky. It was like,
wow.
yeah, she's like, I'm going to see Beyonce. And I was like, oh, cool. But yeah, it wasn't like
Oh.
how it kind of it just grew like as the months went on. It was like, now you have to do this mute challenge. Because remember, it got big on TikTok. And now you need to do this. And now, then when anything after her birthday, she's like, we're gonna all wear silver. It just became a thing. So
Okay. That's where the silver thing came from. Yeah.
yeah, she said she put out a thing like, "Hello, can we all wear silk?" Because people were already kind of doing, like, people in France, I think, were really doing it. And then she
Oh,
was like,
cool.
she made it a dress code. So, and people were like,
Nice.
"Yes, ma'am, I will."
Well,
So,
I know there was no stitch of silver. I don't even know if they're gonna rebuild silver before the holiday season. Because whatever silver people that were in stores, people had it on their bodies.
it's
Like
gone. Yeah,
it was crazy. I wish I
I
had
saw
a
some.
camcorder or a camera. I had my phone. What am I talking about?
Right. I
Whatever.
saw some. You
I
just
just went back in
dated
time.
yourself, right? My camcorder, my take a picture.
Right.
I saw like some silver cowboy boots at Walmart, and I was like, you didn't make the cut. They're like the only ones left, like, I'm for a concert. But yeah. Okay, so
That's
we talked
hilarious.
about the first tier, the not the conspiracy theorists. The second tier, the not Beyonce fans. Then
Uh-huh.
you have the pedestrians. They're a step above. They're I consider myself a pedestrian Beyonce fan. Like
Mm-hmm.
her songs, but she's not in heavy rotation now.
Okay.
So I okay, so I'm pedestrian, but the Renaissance album did push me a little further up in my
Mm.
level of love for her, because that Renaissance album just like, it's just so good. And like I've never, and I think I'm a pedestrian because I recognize that her concerts are great, but I've never been like, I've got to go to a concert, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch no jumbotron. But when I heard this album, I was like, I have to go. I just have to experience it. So
Yeah.
um there's like the pedestrian ones. I think that's me. Like I enjoy
Mm.
her, but I don't need to listen every day.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then like the level up is, and they're the most dangerous of all. We all know it. Let's say it together. The
The
beehive. It's
Beehive.
the hive. They are the fanatics. They're the ones that's like, Beyonce is the best. She's Jesus. She's the Father. She's the Son. She's the Holy Ghost, all
Right.
wrapped into one good singing ass woman. Like they are like, she can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Everything she does is great. And like they're like the unreasonable thing, just like unreasonable. Like they're the worst. You can't say anything. You can't
I
say I
mean,
don't like. They're like, what? It's like, I don't. Never mind. That's the Bejancy.
oh, it's hilarious. We carpooled with three super like Beyonce fans to the
Mm-hmm.
point to where one of the guys he made this dope. I mean, first of all, they were all fabulously dressed in silver. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
one had on like a silver jumpsuit with like little silver space nipple coverings. He was super cute. They were all super cute. They were like in their early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And their little girlfriend had on platforms and all silver, and then their other friend had on like something that he made, and people kept stopping them and being like, oh my god, like pulling their car over, like, your outfit is so dope. But he had like a cowboy hat, and it was like blue, it was all of the metallics, blue and silver and red cowboy hat, and he had a full denim
Mm-hmm.
suit with all the sequins, and he made it, and he
Jeez.
had been to three of the concerts, so he knew, like, he was like, we're gonna see tonight if she sings the three big ones. If she sings Crazy in Love and da 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 and da, that means that she's giving us the entire, she's giving us all of her songs, a real concert. Like when we went to Houston, she did two of them, and when we went, I was like, wow. So like they were like serious, and then almost got put out the car because I by mistake was like, because the salesperson and producer person, that part of my brain was like, I wonder how much this is making in comparison to, so I by
Mm-hmm.
mistake mentioned like Taylor Swift, and because she had been there the week before, and they were like, girl, we about to pull your black card and put you out this car. I was like,
We're like,
just
I'm just
joking. Just
doing
joking.
statistics.
I just wanted to know, but I think she's now looking at all, I guess, from all of her ticket sales, that she's the highest female grossing.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Beyonce
Okay,
is the highest. I think
good.
Taylor Swift is still doing her concert.
Her concerts in the movies now.
Oh, so maybe she's not.
She's right. Yeah. Did you see clips of her doing her like they try to like be like, Taylor Swift is our Beyonce, and they show like pieces of her like. I saw this one thing. It was like a pole there. She kept hitting the pole like ding. And it was like she looks foolish every time I see a clip of her. But
She is. She's kind of like the Mandy Moore. Is it Mandy Moore?
maybe. I don't know. Mandy Moore was one of those 90s girls, but now she's a great actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
really
my little
like
friend in
Mandy
the back. You
Moore.
hear my little friend in the background?
No,
Oh, you can't hear him?
no.
Oh, good, good.
Oh, now he barked. It's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
You're parents, moms, we gotta, watch our
Dog,
kids. We can't control them all.
dog, mom. He's usually asleep at this time.
Mhm.
But
That's
he
a
heard the
thing.
door and all of that, and now he's up. He's. Anyway, so continuing on.
Yes. So yeah,
Yeah.
so those are the tiers. There's 4 tiers. You have your conspiracy theorists, you have your not Beyonce fans, and you have the pedestrians, and then you have the most dangerous of all, the beehive. Where would you say you are? Level one, two, three, or four?
I would say that I'm
Four is the
level
highest.
2. I'm the fan not fan one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have like on my phone, I have like Crazy in Love live concert, like all the
Mhm.
way back. She's dropped several albums since then.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And
Hmm.
I think I'm a 3 for the pedestrian slash hive because I'm like, I can't because I've been listening to her since Destiny's Child, and I experienced the whole like when they were a new group and then two of them were gone and then it was the two and then the three so I was there. I was there. So I kind of see
Yeah.
Beyonce as like a friend, like, girl, we've been growing up together. I watch you grow, watch you. So I'm a little bit of both. Like I'm not crazy, crazy, but I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see the concert or I'm gonna go. So yeah. But I
Yeah.
think there should be a level of like I had to reconcile with my love, like my number one favorite artist is Michael Jackson. And like for the longest, like I couldn't watch the whole Leaving Neverland thing. Is it Leaving Neverland? Finding Neverland? That whole thing, that expose
I didn't
film
watch
and
it
all the
either.
guys said. I was
Right.
like, I can't watch it. I can't watch it. And then one day, I think, did I talk about this on another podcast? I don't know. Maybe I did. But there is, so I'm love podcasts and audiobooks and stuff like that. So there was an audiobook, or was it a podcast? I think it's an audiobook called Think Twice. And it was talking about Michael Jackson and just kind of reconciling the fandom with the allegations. And I was like, I really had a moment like, do I want to hear this? Because in the back of your mind, you're like, the part of me was like, no, that ain't happened. And I'm like, but you have to. So anyway, that podcast, which was actually really good, it really helped me be it helped me to be okay with watching the film and
But
separating.
why did you feel like you had to watch it, or you just your love for a
I don't know,
documentary?
because at first I was like, I won't do it. I can't. I don't want to. I just don't want to. And it's interesting. And I think maybe because I just didn't want to, and I didn't want to believe it. But then like there's a part of me that's always like, you need to believe the victim, just in general. Um, so I don't know. I was already kind of grappling, but
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was that made me listen to that Think Twice thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because it just sounded good. They were like, "We all love Michael Jackson, blah blah blah." I loved him. I remember when he died. Blah, blah, blah. There was some kind of way, the way it was advertised. I was like, I want to hear this, because it didn't come from the perspective of this is about Michael Jackson, who was a pedophile. It was
Right.
in a different, it was more nuanced, and they talked about all the amazing things he did, and then with the
Yeah.
allegations. So listening to that made me feel better about watching the documentary, and I'm actually glad I did.
Oh, that's
Um,
good.
and they do it in a very fair way.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
just give you the facts, and it doesn't feel like that. What's the Indian man, Sashir or whatever, I can't
Oh,
remember his name,
yeah, yeah.
but it doesn't feel like watch this. It really it's just really good. So anyway, but all that to say, relating it
Mm-hmm.
to this Beyonce thing, I understand what it means to be like, oh, friend, but you have to understand these people are human. They have
Absolutely.
flaws. They have this. I'm sure Beyonce's some kind of jerk, some kind of way, or not great at
Absolutely.
something. I mean, maybe if
Yeah.
not a jerk, there's something. Everybody has something, you know.
Well, I was thinking about it because, as a person very close to Beyonce's age, above 30, late 30s, above those late 30s. Me and the other person counterpart who was with me, the friend who was with me, we both, of course, uh, grew up, around actors and entertainers, and she, used to dance and all of that, blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah, blah. And, watching Beyonce, we both had the same like realization, like, oh, well, we're never going to reach this. We're never going to get to where she is.
This is
Like,
it. Uh-huh.
this is it. Like, we are watching somebody who has been doing this since they were like 5, 6. She was on Star Search. She was in one singing group. The second, Kelly Rowland is a part of it. You know, she was still a part of the group. They got rid of the other two. Michelle, she didn't kick the other girl out. So watching it, it was like, oh, it was always meant to be Beyonce. Almost like Michael Jackson was always meant to be solo. And watching it, you go, oh wow, okay. We're not only watching somebody who is made it to the top, who's selling out 80,000 seats venues, but we're watching her in her 40s, as in she's coming to a close, like almost like how, you know, I remember seeing Tina Turner for the first time, but she was like Tina Turner in her 50s when I was a little kid, and she was doing the whole "What's Love Got to Do," and I had no idea about Proud Mary and her
right.
So, but that's where I met her. Like, their kids being born now, or people who are going to her concert that
She's
are
like
meeting
their
Beyonce at
living
her
legend. Yeah.
in her legendary, like
Isn't that
era. And
amazing?
so it's like, wow. So she's got kids now. She's a mom. She's married. You know,
Her
if you
daughter's on stage, like, here's my daughter. Like, all she needed
she's
was like a
passing
long
the
cigarette
torch,
life. Yes, my child. Yeah. She's
right?
there.
She's there, and she's almost on the other side. I mean, when you see her again, you don't even know what tour you might get. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Because
remember.
it feels like she's was she dan I feel like I mean, and which she changes a little bit up because everybody's
She's
changing, getting
yeah.
older, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember in her third, she used to be doing everything. And I remember
Right.
in her 30s, she was like, I'm not wearing shoes that hurt no more.
Yeah.
I remember her saying, like, if they hurt, I'm not doing it. And it's like kind of like the phases that we're in our lives. Like once you get to your
Right.
30s, you're like, listen, like
Mm-hmm.
your 20s, like, I'm trying to make it. I don't care. I'll take your 30s,
Yeah.
like, give me some good shoes. Right now, that's where I am. I'm like, are
Right.
these gonna hurt my feet? I'm not gonna do it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And like now and then, she did that. She went through all her stuff and all this and changed and had a song about leaving her husband, that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's grown woman shit, just
Yeah.
like real
Right.
stuff. And now she's giving you a little less dance. She's still dancing, but it ain't going as hard.
No, no.
And her daughter's coming. So it's like,
Right.
just so you know, let twins over there doing all that. And she's like, watch the twins and me wear a gown,
Yeah.
right? So it's interesting watching her revolution,
Yeah.
her evolution.
Evolution. Yeah.
And we're like, wow, she's getting older. Like, we're the same age as her.
We're the same age.
I'm just a few years younger. It ain't much. So it's just interesting watching. But yeah, you're right. It's like we have watched you grow and we've kind of grown with you.
Mm-hmm. And she's not, people want to compare folks to Michael Jackson, and they just need to stop. Beyonce is not Michael Jackson. I was very fortunate enough. My sister treated the family when she was a huge Michael Jackson fan, and treated the family one year to a Michael Jackson concert, his Bad concert. She was like a big, 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 big fan. And so we all went
She
to New
treated
York.
the family.
Yeah.
She was rich. Okay. Were his
Not
tickets that
quite.
expensive
It's a
then?
whole it's a
That
whole
was a different
story.
time though. Yeah.
Different time, ticket cost. But anyway, we had really great seats. We could see Michael Jackson's hair blow. He was like right there. We could see him, and his hair was blowing in the wind.
I
And
love it.
he was phenomenal. He was like, but Michael Jackson is a completely different artist. He's legendary. But I think Beyonce has earned legendary status. So I feel like
Absolutely.
Madonna, when you hear the names Madonna, Michael Jackson, Prince, Beyonce is, up there with them. I can't speak for other artists, but I definitely feel like Beyonce in her own right has earned
Absolutely.
legendary to be added to the greats like Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin,
Mhm.
Beyonce. Like a name would be like a Beyonce, you have to be
Right.
legendary.
Right. And that's the thing. I think that people have reached like this stratosphere of legendary status
Yeah.
despite your what's the word? Opinion of them. Like I don't love Elvis, but I know that he is legendary.
Yeah.
Right. I don't love whatever rock singer, that's not my thing.
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger, but I know that he is a legend.
He's a
right?
legend, right?
So I think that she has reached that. And then just like you were saying, like generations now see her and they're like, when I grow up, I want to do that. And like
Right.
even like she had Megan the Stallion, who is young, and she's like, oh my God, I'm doing something with Beyonce. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's your Michael Jackson. It's
Yeah.
interesting watching it from
Even
our
Taylor
perspective.
Swift was like, if you do
I feel like
it
she came
at
to
one of
my
the award
movie.
shows or wherever she was, like, we run this mother. So if she's doing that, she's fanning out for Beyonce, then
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, who is Beyonce's reached legendary status. She's a legend,
She has, right. Diana Ross has already dubbed. She was like, I'm going to her birthday. Did you see I think it was Lionel Richie. He was like, yeah, I'm pissed. She's supposed to be at my concert. She at Beyonce's birthday concert.
Oh yeah.
So that was funny. But
Yeah.
okay, so I'm glad you brought up this thing about legendary and who are the legends.
Mhm.
So who else are legends? So we said Elvis, undeniably, like Whitney Houston,
Oh, definitely.
James
Legendary.
Brown, Michael
Mhm.
Jackson, Prince,
Yeah.
the names. Celine
I would
Dion,
say
who I just
Luther Vandross, because I don't think
so
anybody has
Luther
ever had a
Vandross.
voice like
So
Luther
Luther
Vandross.
Vandross.
Yeah.
I think that he is a Black legend. So
Okay.
there's like Black people legends. Then there's like a legend, right? Like
International
I want to
legend,
say
right?
I think James Brown is in that everyone. So who goes in the Black category and who goes into the like?
Yeah, you're right. Luther Vandross,
Who?
because yeah, I mean, there may be somewhere in Asia somewhere where they're like, oh, Luther Vandross. You know they
Do, do,
are,
do,
because
do,
them little kids were singing,
do.
listen, them little Asian boys. I watched that video like 90 times trying to see like
Yeah.
how did they conjure up that black woman in them little Asian boy bodies.
Yeah.
Listen.
Have you seen there's a man, so no, but it's interesting the way Asian people can just like
They can. They
I
can do
think
gospel now.
and
They do
correct me if it's racist, but I I just
they
want like I imagine because as like just I think they are they seem to be able to maybe I don't want to use the word calculate, but for lack of a better terms,
uh-huh.
study something and say this, like think almost mechanically. So I'm thinking about, so this is a little bit left field, but it's still on subject. When I would go to hip hop classes,
Yeah.
hip hop dance classes,
Yeah.
hip hop is a Black art form.
Right.
And I would go and be stumbling over my feet because it's always very like, it's very like
Right.
mechanical, right?
That's pretty good.
And
Was like your isolations?
notice I'm sitting down. I'm like, if I stand up, no. But there's always an Asian girl in front that's like, and I'm always sitting there like I can do like the first two steps, and after a while, I'm like,
Right.
but I think, and think about, I mean, I imagine, like, think about the best dance crews. It's always like, cause like, it's always a bunch
Jabberwockies.
of Jabberwockies. Are they Asian? We just assume that they are.
I think that they are.
They are,
I
but
feel like
this,
they're
they're
both.
always very like, they can do it. But it's something about being able to study something and be like, this is something I can pick up. Okay, I got it. Boom. Boom.
Right.
Now it's different when it comes to like African dance or something that's a little more fluid. It's different, but I think that some of that is
Give them some
stuff that
time. They're gonna
people,
get it. They practicing
right,
right now.
right. So I think with those vocals, a lot of people are learning, like, let me see how to hit that note. Let me see how do I find this soul? What vocal cord nodes am I using to hit these notes?
Yeah, it's amazing. There's somebody who's singing they got an Asian man on there singing Donnie McClurkin or something. I mean, like,
Yes, and he's like, no. I'm like, how did you do that? No, he sounds just like, and I'm just like,
I'm like, were you in the plantation doing the cotton fields too?
So yeah, but it's just interesting being able to, how do we get on? Oh yeah, we were talking about the legends. But there was
Talking about Luther
another
Vandross,
one.
you know that somebody like
No,
in
there's an
Hong
eight,
Kong,
there's
like,
a
if this world of mine give you the stuff, you're like, what?
something about the Hong Kong.
The tone, the feeling, everything.
No, but I was gonna
They're
say
on it.
there is a, I think he's Mexican. There's a Hispanic. He sounds
Just like
just,
Luther.
if a like, now I gotta find him. But he is like, he
Right.
is like very like very like, and it's amazing. I'm a little jealous because I'm like, I'm black and I'm like, I ain't getting none of those vocal cords. I'm like, nah. Why don't I have
Right.
that? But no, it is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's say so. The Vandross is black famous. Who else is black famous? And some of these people can be both. Like Whitney Houston is like worldwide, but also she's our personal.
She is, but they've made like, I think if people make like 10 or more movies of you, you're definitely a legend. Because
Yeah,
they come out with it, they're gonna keep coming out with new Whitney movies.
yeah. Just like she said, like with Bobby Brown. Did you ever watch Being Bobby Brown? Everybody was always like, Whitney Houston, and Bobby Brown like, it was like Whitney. She's like, okay. Like it was just all about.
Oh,
But I'm just saying, but it was all about like,
it was
he
about Whitney.
it was all about Whitney. Every
Yeah.
time they went somewhere, and it was Bobby Brown's like, they're like, Whitney. Anywhere he went, he was just like, and Whitney's like, all right now, it's my husband, it's my husband. It was like, no, it's all about Whitney. So yeah, she's a legend. She's a
She's a
legend.
legend.
Okay.
She's a legend.
Who else is black?
I say Mary J. Blige is a black legend.
Mary
Who
J.
was talking
Blige.
about? Did we forget about the was it you about the chicken tenders something tenders?
Chicken, fresh lettuce. Yeah, what's the chicken thing? Like, what did he say? What's the new chicken strip? The chicken wraps. Then she started singing. Then that just kind of disappeared.
It did, yeah.
Um,
With black
yeah,
folks were like,
she is black famous,
yeah,
but white people know her.
they do. Yeah, they know
And
Mary
I'm
J.
always surprised. I am. And but I think she's more black famous. My roommate from college
Mm-hmm.
was a Mary J. Blige devotee. There's a
Mm,
stronghold that Mary J. Blige has on black people.
yeah.
That's just, and I literally saw this week, somebody was like, black people are not ready to have a conversation about Mary J. Blige's vocals.
Oh.
But
You know
there's a
what I was
stronghold
listening
she has on
to?
us. Everybody breaks out in the light when they see her light.
I saw at Essence Fest pre-pandemic, Diana Ross, who slayed it, came out there in 3 different gowns and
Come on.
phenomenal. But then Mary J. Blige came out there and killed it in
Did she?
heels,
And she looks good now.
dancing
There's
in
no
like,
denying that.
and I was so amazed by all of her hit songs, because I'm not a Mary J. Blige fan. I can appreciate her, but she was, every song I was like, oh shoot, like I would actually go to a Mary J. Blige concert.
That's me. I am
Yeah.
I think I'm the not fan because
For Mary
I'm
J.
like,
Blige. Yeah.
I mean, but if I hear how can I,
Yeah, that
I'm
boom
like,
dum dum.
all, and like, and then said
Real
I'm
love.
love you, me that, like all, like I love it. But
Yeah, yeah.
that's, I think, what makes it black famous, because I think that it is, no matter how much you love her, it's universally understood that she's not going to give you the strongest vocals, but
No,
there's
no.
like a mutual, everybody understands that we're going to just respect this lady. So
Yeah.
it's just interesting how no one has really said it, and we all know she ain't gonna get, same with Rihanna. It's like they ain't gonna give you the vocal,
Yes.
but we
And
love them.
Janet opened up that door, Janet
I know.
Jackson.
Don't talk about the vocals. It's like the lady, like now Rihanna's vocal. She's gorgeous. She's our Caribbean queen.
Right. Oh,
We don't talk
Rihanna,
about
yeah.
that. But yes, some people are just like national Black treasures. And I think
Right.
not Whitney, or Whitney, yes, but Mary J. Blige is one. I'll
Mm-hmm.
say, and Brianna is a one of those superstars. I think she's reached a level.
Yes. I don't know if she's
Um,
legendary, but she's definitely a
she's
superstar.
getting there. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
not legendary. Why is she not legendary? What makes her not legendary? Because she has
It
all
might
the
be her.
elements,
It
the fame. Maybe
might
it's
be
her
her
I don't careness.
voice and
Mhm.
her. I mean, she dances a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, her songs are great.
She's a superstar, but
She's
not
a
a legend.
superstar. I don't think she's no. Like I don't.
Hmm.
I think people will remember her. Like yeah, I mean, she's not a but I don't think she's on the level of like Beyonce. Like she kills it every time. Like even she's doing all the little
Right. Right.
and then she sets off trends. She's a trendsetter. Like
Or Rihanna or Beyonce?
Beyonce. I think
Uh-huh.
she does. She's a bigger influencer and just a
She
bit. Just so
is.
much
She
more.
right. And yes, and I don't think that it's anything for Rihanna to try to do, because I don't think that's what she's trying to do. I feel
No.
like Rihanna's in an amazing place. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna peddle these panties and you're gonna buy them. They're
Yeah.
gonna
And
be
makeup.
inclusive for all people. I'm gonna be gorgeous
Mm-hmm.
and have the body that I want. Yep, I'm pregnant, whatever. Like, I love it. So
Yeah.
I think that she is more of a superstar than a legend, but I think
Yeah.
that she's right there standing on that line of like,
Mm-hmm.
am I a legend? Am I a superstar?
I
Um,
think Celine Dion is probably
I think she's a
legendary.
legend.
Yeah.
If I mean, her singing "My Heart Will Go On," if
Right.
that
Right.
doesn't push her to legendary, white people love. I think everybody kind of loves her. I hope she's
Yeah.
okay. Now I was gonna say rest in peace, but be well. Though she's like sick or something, or there's something,
Oh.
she has something wrong mentally. There's something going on.
I watched a movie on.
Um,
She's got a movie on Netflix. It's
oh,
very
really? That's
yeah.
cool.
It's like a romance comedy. She's inside it. She's like in the movie, but I don't know. She talks
Mm.
about her and her relationship with her husband. It's very interesting. Very
Oh,
interesting.
so real movie. So it's not. It's a documentary.
No, it's a comedy, but she somehow it's a love
Oh, she's
romantic
herself.
comedy. She's herself in the movie, and she's like
Okay.
giving this character advice about love, and she's talking about her husband. I met him when I was so and
mm-hmm,
so, and then when you go back and you do the research, you're like, wow, this is very interesting. Her life and her
mm-hmm,
story. But
mm-hmm.
yeah, looking up artists that have sold out major venues. Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Rolling Stones, like those are people that have reached that high level. I don't know
Yeah,
much
James
about them, but
Brown.
it's undeniable. The Beatles, some people are like,
I think you know what makes you also a legend too. If people copy you, if they try
hmm,
to, Michael Jackson has a strong hold on people, on individual on people who
right.
watch
And I
him.
think, dare I
They
say,
cannot
a
help it.
stronger hold than Prince.
Yes, yeah,
Like Prince, I think
I would say
because Prince was edgy and maybe, okay, hear me out. Rihanna is to Prince as Beyonce is to Michael Jackson.
you think so.
And the reason I say nothing about the talent,
Okay,
because Prince might be the most talented of all four of those people that I named.
right.
Might be, because Michael Jackson, even though Michael Jackson didn't play all of those instruments, he was also a visual artist, but that's a different
Mm-hmm.
conversation.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I say that in their view of the way people viewed them. So
Yeah.
people view Michael Jackson as like basically the prom king. He was sweet, he was nice, he was cute,
Yeah.
like kind of perfect, sweet, all this stuff. Little
Mm-hmm.
edgy, but he's pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Heal the world.
Yeah.
Beyonce is seen the same way. She's gotten edgy, but still, she came out in a gown and sang at the beginning of her concert.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
She is this generation's Diana Ross.
She is.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's also, you think about them
Diana
and
Ross, Tina.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Turner Ross.
yeah, yeah. And then I think, but then you have Prince, who
Mm-hmm.
also, I'm here, I'm doing all this stuff, but he's a little edgier. He had the booty showing thing. He's
Yeah.
very sexual and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and doesn't care what you think. And Rihanna's like that. She's like, yeah, you all know me, but I don't give a fuck. Okay,
Yeah,
fine. You
she is
like
very
me or
much
not,
so.
I'm going to smoke. Now I'm pregnant and I'm 30 something years old. You know, I'm married a rapper or not married or whatever, dating this little,
Yeah, you'll get these body rolls for the Super Bowl performance, and
you
you're
and
like,
you'll like it.
yeah, you'll love
Right.
it.
Right. So I see them that way. I think Prince was a big performer, but his performance was about what he wanted to give. Like, this is what I'm giving y'all. I'm not about to flip all over here. You're gonna hear this song and like it.
Right.
Whereas Michael Jackson was like about to and Beyonce's the same way, doing it all. Rihanna's like work, 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 work.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
look at them in that same stats, like kind of neck and neck
Mm-hmm.
in,
That's
you know,
interesting. Yeah. I'll also say, point out the fact that Beyonce married Legendary too. You always be forgetting that Blue Ivy is like a
she
combination of like hip hop legend
too late.
and
Like,
pop legend.
it's
She's a
amazing.
uh-oh.
Ah! Boom, boom. Happy Halloween. Yeah. Yeah. If anybody's is initiated, it's
It's Blue
and
Ivy.
if anybody's doing the initiating, it's Blue Ivy.
Yeah.
It's like
That was one thing I did love about the concert. Her coming out and like waving to the people like Princess Diana and her children like hello. Mm. And everybody just applauding like all the aunties and
oh,
uncles like we love you,
that
Lord.
is
We
sweet.
got
No,
you.
yeah, it's very sweet. I love when I saw when she was like getting teared up, like it's really
Right.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I think it's really interesting watching. And also like we're getting older, man. Like I
Mhm.
remember my mom talking about, oh yeah, Diana Ross. I remember this song, blah blah blah. And now we're like, oh wait, Beyonce's a legend, and I'm close to her age. Oh, I'm there. I'm at that age now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So going back so and I have to give an honorable mention. We have to
Yep.
give honorable mention. So we have our legends, we have our black fame, our white, our other stuff. Honorable mention, Little Richard. So
Oh
you were saying if
man.
people copy you, then you are a legend. I
Yes, if
feel
people
like
dress like you, sing like you, like even
mm-mm.
that's why I was thinking about James Brown, like Michael Jackson, um, would honor James Brown at the BET Awards way
Right.
back in the day because he was like, "You're my biggest inspiration," as in like the little, he took some of his now not copied, but took some of his James Brown, took Fred Astaire, took whatever,
Yes.
and came up with something new, not copy, but if
Right. You can
people
see
like
the influence.
you can see the influence. So if you influence the world heavily, because Lord, that jacket and glove and then the Michael Jackson moves when it gets on a child or when it gets on a not a child, when it gets on an adult or anybody who's like a lover of Michael Jackson, they can't stop dancing like him. You just pray that they like get out of that.
Take the glove off. I remember for
Like
a
you
while
hoping
there
there's
was
a
a kid in
right.
YEA that at one point would just wear one glove. It was like a wool white regular glove, but you couldn't tell them that they were Michael
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson,
He's like,
right.
yeah, it's just me. I'm just wearing a glove. Michael Jackson. I'm like, great, okay. So so yeah, honorable mention, Little Richard,
Yeah.
because you said if people copy you, but I feel like like Little Richard is a little bit of a tragic legend because I felt like every time we saw him, he was fighting to prove his relevancy. And he
Right.
didn't have to prove it, but he also did
Yeah.
because he saw so much clout from James Brown and this and that. And he was like, I'm the originator. Blah, blah, blah. And he is like,
Right.
remember every award he got, like, yeah, I did this. Who did this first? Me, blah, 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 me. And it was true. The
Yeah.
all that stuff. And it's like he never got his fair due.
Right. He
Um,
had to keep saying it
he
every
had to keep
public
saying it.
appearance until
And
that stuck, you
right.
know.
And it's
Mhm.
like he had to stuff. Some people just say it, but no, it felt like it was something that needed to be said because it was like people forgot him. Right. He kind of became he's like an icon,
Yeah, he's like an icon.
but
Yeah.
he really should be more in the world legendary status. So I honorable mention also I put him in the legendary status just because he deserves. So
Yeah.
James Brown, Little Richard. And
He was
Honorable
also
mention.
LGBTQ artist before all of these artists came out with that
Before
Tutti
this was a
Frutti.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, what
Mm-hmm.
possessed him to write Tutti Frutti? You know, but he
There's a
changed it.
story about it. There's a
Hmm.
story about it. It originally said Tutti Frutti Good Booty.
Right.
And I don't know. I forgot why. I don't know why I know that. I don't know what I
I know
watched,
we
but
all
you
know,
knew
yeah,
that
because they
too.
talk about it so much now.
Yeah, but good and booty.
Ooh.
Right. So no, yeah. So rest in peace. And we
Yeah.
recognize you, Little Richard. Other honorable mention, Boys to Men. Boys to Men, they don't get they
They really
were
don't.
a huge deal.
They're like the greatest boy band. I don't care because
They started boy bands.
they started. Yeah, mhm.
Well, I
They
mean,
brought
well, I
it
mean,
back. They
they brought it back, right?
yeah,
Because New Edition and all that stuff.
yeah.
But they reached that
On top.
legendary status, like white people look like it was a. I remember on Nickelodeon, Boyz II Men was on every little thing. They were a
Mhm.
huge deal. Like they are who started back the boy bands in the 90s. Like they were the blueprint for them.
Yeah, and
So yeah,
Jodeci honorable mention for Black because I remember when
they're
Mickey
very
Mouse
black.
Club. I used to
Yes.
watch Mickey Mouse Club, and when Justin Timberlake and
Uh-huh.
Ryan Gosling were like, "Baby, I will,"
Yeah, like a little. They were
like
singing it on Mickey Mouse.
oversized suits.
What made them sing it? Why did they
I don't
choose
know.
that of all songs?
Yeah, just even the meaning behind the song, like
Right. Why are you little white children singing that? They should have done a Boys to Men song.
right. I think they probably did. I think they did cover a Boyz II Men song, but they also
Yeah.
went into Jodeci. But that should let you know that Jodeci was like that group.
Right.
Hmm.
Man. Oh, now I'm thinking about I was a young bop and didn't have nowhere to run. I needed a way up to deep. Remember that song? That
Hmm.
you don't know how much you mean. I don't know why that song crossed my mind for Boys to Men.
Oh yeah, I know
Even
what you
though
mean.
it done been round, you never turned away. You were right there. And I thank you. Is that them? Thank
I think
you.
so.
They were
It was an
so
era where people
good.
were doing like doom bop de beep booping the doom bop. The Boyz II
And
Men
then
was
come back. Where was that band? All for One. And they were like, oh, when I was watching the documentary about Boyz II Men, they were saying that people thought that they sang it was a song that All for One sang. They were like, we don't sing that. Jeez. Oh, what's that song? Now I have to look it up. All for One. There was a song that was really popular, and everybody thought that they oh my gosh, it's gonna drive me crazy until I find it. I put A for One. All for One band. They had I swear
oh,
by the moon. And Boys was like, that's not our song. That's not our song. People always say that they sing that.
that is
I swear, I swear. All for One looked like regular boys. Oh, I swear. Remember that?
um
One of the guys' voices in like the backwards stuff.
that was a
Oh, what about you know what other boy band? Now we talk about boy bands. I really I went down a rabbit hole of Color Me Bad. They were like the rainbow coalition of like everybody was a different race. It was like a black
right.
guy with braids.
And then one of them had the little Kenny G
Yes,
crinkle.
he's the second one that comes to my mind too. Like his little hair and like hey, no one was extra handsome, but it was just a great
Uh-huh.
song. Oh, nine girl, you make me feel. And one was kind of Hispanic or something. It was very like multicultural. You just wanted
Yeah.
to sex you up.
Right.
Either way, legends, legendary, whatever it is. I think that the moral of all of this, because I keep getting taken aback by when you were saying we're never going to reach that. And as an artist, it
Yeah,
does
it's
make you be
tough.
like, well, damn, what should I do? What should I do with my life? I think we need to, I think number one, continue to create.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely. Right.
there's always something amazing, and you don't know what impact you can do. Like we're at the age now where those little memes like, did you know that so-and-so didn't write her first book till she was 40?
Right. And
She
Morgan
didn't learn to
Freeman was
cook
40
until she
years old.
I was like, I guess this is me now. This is motivational for me.
Yeah.
But really though, like you really never know. Like, let's just continue to be great because we're legend. Like I know with the Youth Ensemble of Atlanta, you know, coming back and working with them, you're just like, okay, I'm working with y'all. But then you realize the kids like, oh my gosh, Shannon, you were so funny. Oh yeah, that's so. I'm like, oh, like there's somebody who is now she's like doing great things. She's like, I just want y'all to know, I just love Shannon so much. She's like taught me so much, and like, oh my gosh, I just look up to her, and I'm just like, me.
Yeah.
So we're always somebody's somebody's inspiration. And I think that should push us to continue to create and do podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And write books and comedy and shows and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't feel like
Right.
I should just quit the arts in general, but like it was the dream to
Realization.
one day be on stage like, thank you Cincinnati, thank you. That dream
Like,
is
that's
over with.
done. No,
Yeah,
no, no,
that's
it's okay.
done.
But I mean, you can join a cover band and be like, you know, singing
Yeah, I love cover
I
bands.
swear by the moon. Thank you, Seattle Street News Party. You know, whatever. May
Right.
not be a venue, may not be a sold out arena, but
Right.
you know, somebody's wedding is gonna be rocked when you sing for that wedding, you know.
Yeah, perhaps. Just gonna
I,
leave it to Beyonce. Let her own that, and it's all good. All hail Queen B. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Now it's time for the next part of our segment. I'm still really excited that y'all can see us live and in person. It's time for our next segment, Cool Like a Mug, Lame Like a Mug, where we each talk about what's been cool like a mug or lame like a mug this week. Ife, what you got?
My cool like a mug, lame like a mug is all of this Jada Pinkett Smith talk. I can't stand it. Today I just can't. And the thing is, I love Will Smith, and Jada Pinkett has such a place in like like Black culture and stuff like that. And I just want to, I don't know, I want to like love them again, but I feel like everything, like their timing is off, and everything is just too soon. It's too much information too soon. She was on NPR
Yeah.
for like, I mean, they gave her like a whole hour interview. I left the car, came back, she was still being interviewed, multiple stops, and I was listening to it. But she talks about Tupac, and she talks about this, she talks about that, and you really, when you listen to her, you really want to like care and like really be like, yeah, Jada, wow, this is your story, this is your truth. But because of all of the stuff, it's just very hard to. I really want for them to stop with all of the tell-alls and just go back to being actors and like give us work, give us TV shows, give us no red table no more. They said the red table talk is coming back. I don't want that. No red table talk. I don't think anyone else wants it. I just want to see them on television. I want to see them on movies. I want to see them doing what they are great at doing, which is
Well,
performing.
Will never stop that. Will is like, I am an actor, so I don't know what else to give you.
Yeah.
Jada's kind of like, I need something to do. What else can I do? What else can I do?
Yeah.
I think so. I know of someone who was like, why are we doing this to the woman? Let us speak her point of view. Blah, 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 blah. They didn't do this with his book. And I did listen to his book. Audible, I love you.
They have her book on Audible, and I'm like, should I? And they're like,
I do have some credits. I think the difference between their books, well, I haven't listened to her book, so I can't say for sure. But I know with his book, It was a tell-all, but it wasn't a tell-all. It
Mm,
was, did you read his book?
no.
It
Mm-mm.
was really like almost like a giant motivational speech. Like he
Yeah,
talked about
I
his
would.
life,
Yeah.
talked about everything going on, but there was a point to it. And it was about like um overcoming and not being a coward, and why, like he talked like it, everything felt like it came to a point. And I remember at one point people were like, oh, he's telling too much, because there was something he was talking about
Something
where
about
people,
affairs or cheating or
or something
something.
like that, and
Yeah.
people were like, but everything that he said in his book felt necessary, and it didn't feel like it was crossing any lines or anything crazy like that. So I have not read her book yet, but so like, why didn't we say this about Will? His didn't feel very expose. Now he might have mentioned something that people would say, what? But it wasn't like, and guess what? And guess what? And guess what?
Yeah, it's a
So
lot of that from her. So I don't
mm,
know. I just I hate not like I just hate I don't like having like ill feelings towards anybody. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? And I really want them to continue winning. But oh my goodness, like and we're in a society now where everybody's got to comment on stuff and like Lord, I don't want to hear her say
yes.
anything new that we didn't know because it's gonna like a billion more comments and influencers and it's just overwhelming. It's like
Mm-hmm,
I almost want them, and you can't tell an artist like go sit down somewhere because that's how they make
mm-hmm.
their bread and butter. But anyway, that's my lame like a mug. Also, I want to my 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 cool like a mug is um I recently got my hair braided. And that's so cool because
I
I
love it.
also my hair
It's
is like
so
is a
cute.
afro that I'm trying to grow out. But anyway, my experience was kind of weird it wasn't weird. It was typical of an African
Mm-hmm,
hair braiding shop where even though it came out great, the women kind of like the little style that I had, they kind of pushed me in the direction of what they wanted to do with my hair versus what I, wanted
mm-hmm.
with my hair. So that's kind of like a cool like a mug, like a mug as well.
I agree. And that's my lame like a mug. I don't
Yeah.
like that. I'm just gonna piggyback. Don't be trying to tell me how you gonna do my hair. Like
Right.
I took my daughter to get her hair braided. And I said, I don't want the braids too long. I don't want, this. Okay, yeah, okay. And then like they're loiter, which is like, well, they're a little longer. I was like, so can you come? No, I can't cut these. Can't. And I was like, so now she got long braids. Of course, she's like, I love
Right.
it, And I'm like, why do hairdressers and nail technicians and stuff? I'm gonna say like the Asian salons, when you go,
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to get this. Oh, you don't want that. You don't want that. I'm like,
Right.
why not? I do. I actually do.
That's
No, you
exactly what I
you, you
want.
want you want this one. You want this. And then after a while, you're just like, yeah, okay, sure.
Hmm.
Okay, $25 more. You're like, okay, wait, what? Okay, fine.
Right.
You know, and like even with braids, like I'll say, I want this. She'll be like, no, what about, and like sometimes when I get my hair braided, when I had hair, I would get like, always want to get like a certain size of braid, and they all
Yeah.
like whenever I mention large braid, she's like,
They won't
they
do that
want
large braid.
they don't want no, they don't want to do small either unless there's more of them there.
Right.
Everything ends up medium. If like I want a little large, okay, it's gonna end up medium.
Yeah.
It's like they'd be like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing.
I'm not
And it's
doing it.
interesting. Seems like they would want to do large braids because it is faster, but I guess they're like, no, I want to do medium braids. They last,
Right.
but I just last long. It lasts long. That's good. That's a good one. That's
Hmm.
good. That's good. That's better. That's better. You'd be
They don't
like,
like burning the hair at the ends anymore either. Because I wanted a bob, and the picture I had was super cute. I've seen somebody recently with this hairstyle, and I wanted a bob with burnt ends, and they were like, "You don't want straight?" And I was like, "What? Straight?"
no,
I
I'm
was like, "What are
telling
you?" I said,
you.
"Slate? Is that a new term for something else?" Straight, straight. And I was like, "Oh, straight. No, I want it burned." They were like, and they were like mad at me until I was like straight. Oh, okay, good, good.
Right. Right.
I'm like, Come on, dude.
Right. Yeah. And it's like it ends up cute, but it's like, I mean,
Yeah.
thanks, but it's not what I wanted, but
This is
thanks. I mean, you do look very cute. But
okay.
yeah, no, it's very weird. So the girl who had the braids with the burn ends probably went to a black African American woman, like, girl, I know
I
what you want.
think so.
Because
Yeah.
we understand the look that we're going for. And I guess
Right.
with them, like, we don't do that no more. Why do you even want that? We're like, no, it's a
Yeah.
nostalgia thing, having your burn in, like it was a
Right.
thing.
I want this. I want a bob, and the only way
The
you're gonna achieve
little
that is if you put rubber bands or if you burn them nicely at the ends. They don't have to be like crazy burn, but just make it look
right.
nice.
Little
When they
tip.
don't do that no more. They're like, no, no, we only do box braid. Like whatever the new braid style is, that's what they all do.
But what they don't want to do is what's the ones that everyone has? Those knotless mermaid things. They're
No,
like, we not do that. We don't do that one.
they don't want
So you gotta go to the African Americans for that. So yeah,
yeah,
I agree. I'm piggybacking on you. That's my lane like a mug. Don't be telling me what I want. I don't care if I want
right.
to get the oldest school thing. If I want my nails
Yeah,
to be straight and a box, you're gonna do them. Because that's what I want. A French tips. I'm taking it back
right,
to 1995. That's what I
right.
want.
And then they sit and they talk to each other in their own language about you, whether it's the nail salon or if it's the African hair braid. So if you upset them and they're like, why? Then they go into a full conversation with among themselves, like, and
Mhm. You send me
they
like,
look at you like, mm-hmm. You're like, it's not nice.
you want blade? Yes, I want blade. Yeah. So yeah, that's the lane like a mug. And then
Right.
my cool like a mug. I took the recommendation of the amazing, the beautiful mother of us all, who is legend.
Hmm.
Um, um, oh my goodness, Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, nice.
And I am now, so I saw her passing out this book on the beach, like, hey, have you read this? And I'm now reading The Covenant of Water. Well, not see, when I say reading, I mean listening on Audible. I count that as reading because I'm sorry. So The
Definitely
Covenant of
listening, so definitely
Water.
audio.
Right. It's definitely right.
Yeah.
But I mean my brain is soaking it in.
Mm-hmm.
Covenant of Water is so good by
Really?
Abraham Verghese.
Mm.
um it's very long, but I don't care. I'm glad because I love it. I don't want it to end.
Okay.
At the beginning it's great, then it gets slow. You're just like, what? But then you get in it and it's like, I love this. So I'm enjoying The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese.
Okay. What is it
um
about? Real quick.
it is I don't even- it's so it's a period piece, but not a period piece. Like, so it starts in like 1900 or something like that. But it follows the story of this Indian woman and the generations after her, and then there's a connection with somebody else, and it's just amazing watching the different generations. So now, like in the book, it's 1950, so it's just just the stories, the beautiful writing.
Yeah.
There's words that he says, I'm like, I need to write this down so I can use this word in a normal, but it's just beautiful writing. The imagery, like, it's just beautiful, just in general.
Okay.
It's
Look, I've
really a
been looking for
beautiful,
a book
yeah,
to
it's
yeah to
very good.
read.
The Covenant of Water.
Covenant of Water,
It's
especially during these
beautiful.
chilly times. For
Yeah.
those of us
And
who live in chilly states, yeah.
yes, yes, yeah. Right. Because Georgia's a chilly state right now.
Very chilly.
So the and it's beautiful because I don't know what it is. I have a very special connection with Indian culture. I think in my past life I
May have been Indian.
was an Indian woman. I don't know, but I have such a connection, like, really. And not just because I like Indian food, like, just in general, like, I love everything about the clothes, the music, it's very crazy. And like,
Nice.
even my husband, he was like, you always end up talking to Indian people. And like, when we go to the restaurant, they talk to me a little more like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. So anyway, so this story is following these people in India, and
Mm-hmm.
Abraham Verghese is he's the writer, but he also narrates the book. He also not narrates, he reads the book.
Okay,
So
okay.
he says the things, because I'm sure in the book it's probably like, I don't know what this is, but he says it. He speaks the Malayalam with the language of it, and he says it the way it's so it's really nice, and he does the voice. It's a really great, it's an experience. So
I will look
enjoying
into
it,
that
enjoying
one.
it. So that's the cool like a mug.
That is cool. Reading is
So
cool.
yeah,
Like a
yeah.
mug. Yeah.
We be reading, we smart. All right, everyone. We have come to the end of our first show where you can see our faces.
Yeah.
So at the end of our shows, we don't just end and say bye. We end with a 2-minute wrap up where we wrap up this mug like a mug, musical style.
Yes.
Right. So, and not just any musical style, we do an improv musical. So now that you can see, I'm going to show you guys what we use. So I'm always saying, oh, we use this app, blah, blah, blah. I am going to show it to you right now. Here we go. All right. So here's our app that we use. I'm going to make it nice and big. And we're going to spin. So what I did, now I did go in and delete some of the things that I know we can't. I'm like, we don't know this kind of music. So let me take some of these off. All right. So now we're going to spin. Let's see. Let's see. We're going to folk.
Again,
We've done folk before. Do you want to try a new one since we're here? I'm trying to think, is there anything we haven't done? You want me to spin again or you want to try it?
Let's spin one more time.
Let's spin one more time. All right.
Come on.
Come on, baby. I thought we've done everything.
Oh,
I thought we were going to get opera.
Oh, man. I wanted to do opera so bad.
Let's just do opera.
Let's do opera.
Let's do it. Because I think we've done literally all of these except for opera.
Yeah.
Let's do opera. All right.
Ife.
Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Did I click the wrong thing? All right, here we go.
Okay. The flowing hair, silver everywhere, blonde and beautiful. Tina, Mrs. Knowles, Star and Romy, Jay-Z and Kelly in the audience, Baby Blue dancing to the African tune, to the African beat. Beyoncé moving her little feet. La twins dancing in the air. Beyoncé on a silver horse riding above us. Beauty is her name. Legendary is her game. Legendary. Shout out to all the Black legends and the legends around the world. Tina Turner, Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin. You are our legends. Oh, man.
Yeah,
that was my Beyonce ending.
And you know what? This is actually a perfect.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, y'all. This is a actually this is a perfect title, a perfect style of music because the phrase diva comes from opera. Like a diva was like a so that's perfect. All right, child. Okay, here we go. I'm not a singer like Ife. Okay, here we go. Wait. Our legends. Our legends. Our legends are here. Honey. Our world. So maybe hold on, y'all. Okay, let me get my life together. I'm looking at it, they just throwing me off. Who are our legends? Our legends are gone. Some are here. Michael Jackson, he was a legend. Prince, He was a legend too. Rihanna, she's almost a legend, but Beyonce, she really is. Whether you're a legend or you are not, you should still be legendary to yourself. Someone's always watching and looking at you. Who are you? Are you a legend too? A legend. A legend. Ooh, ooh.
Pretty dope. I love the choreography that you put into it.
Listen, that little I started laughing because I'm done, by the way.
Okay.
You see, have y'all seen those TikToks of people go, oh. So I started laughing, thinking about those.
That also makes me think of what's that movie with Chris Tucker and the blue?
Oh. That's what it was. I'm sorry. There's a singer that I really, really love. Yes, there's a singer named Peter Collins who I am obsessed with. He's amazing. And somebody said, you know, his sister is that girl that was like, and I was like, is that the truth? But also, that wasn't a real voice. Like, who is anyway? Whatever, I don't know. But either way, everyone, that's our show.
Number 10.
And you know what? Okay, no, y'all, for real. I think that this is the show that's gonna finally make it, y'all. This is was this our third time? Technically, not even our third time because we've tried other times and it just didn't.
The ancestors were like, "We are not pleased."
Please be pleased. Please.
Again.
Please be pleased. Do I need to pray to y'all? Do I need to pray to Beyonce? Like, who do I need to pray? Beyonce, help our show. Y'all, we're sorry for not being around. We apologize, but you know, life be life, and we really have been trying. Every time we almost put one out, the infant was like, I want it to look better. So we we're just motion, like right. There were moments of cuteness, then it was kind of like, yeah, it was just weird. So we pray that y'all enjoy the show. And thank you. We're gonna try to keep this going for a while, having the visuals and everything. It's nice. So you can see what we're laughing at, and we can see you guys. Possibly, maybe we'll have some guests. So come on in. Thank you so much for listening to us. We are thankful like a mud, shawty, and we want you to be a real cool kid and follow us. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We will put something on that TikTok, but also follow us at Like a Mug Podcast. Tell a friend, tell people, like, subscribe, and so yeah, we're just thankful. You can also send us an email. Hey, you can do that. We'll read it. Yeah, likeamugpodcast@gmail.com. Now we're gonna go, but you know we always have to leave you with some words. So in the words of Little Richard, shut up. See y'all next week. In the words of legendary Little Richard, I should say. Shut up. Bye, y'all.
Pretty good.
That's good.